Hello, everyone. Greetings. Hopefully, everybody is having a good morning so far, or afternoon, or even just having a good day. Before we start this lesson for today, I just want to take the time to again thank all of my scholars, all of my parents for just working with a high level of rigor or with a high level of engagement during this uncertain time. As a math teacher, math is already challenging to some. And to be learning math virtually, to be learning math and practicing math on your own without a teacher side by side to walk you and show you through these steps, that's already a big challenge. But you all, from the works that I have seen, you all have been doing just such a fantastic job. So please clap it up for yourselves for just remaining diligent and patient to this working process. Um, this week, I have given out so much work with fractions. Fractions for the rest of your elementary career scholars is going to carry you a lot. And so this is why I am heavily on fractions. However, this is the last assignment for today and for this week. And starting next week, most of the assignments will all be straight from the Shelby County Cohesive Packet. But today, to conclude our week of learning, I am going to show you a similar concept, but also a fairly new concept with fractions. Yesterday, we worked on converting improper fractions to mixed numbers, but did you know we can also convert we can also convert mixed numbers into improper fractions? Um, Interesting. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to convert mixed numbers into improper fractions. It is actually very, very simple. However, it may be a little tricky at first, but once you get the hang of it, you all should be definitely just fine. So I'm going to share my screen with you all and provide you 3 examples of how to convert mixed numbers into improper fractions. Here we go. So, like I said, today we're going to really focus on um, converting mixed numbers into improper fractions. And I'm going to write that on the top. Today we're going to convert mixed numbers into improper fractions. And I'm going to move all of this so it can stretch out. And just for a reminder, a improper fraction is when the numerator is larger or greater than the denominator. And a mixed number is a number that consists of a whole number and a proper fraction. And proper fraction is when the numerator is smaller or less than the denominator. But we're going to learn today, like I said, to convert mixed numbers into improper fractions. So I'm going to take this time and I'm going to write out a mixed number. I'm going to use 4 and 3/4. 4 and 3/4. Yes. My first step in this process, it's literally only 3 steps. My first step, and I'm going to write this right at the bottom so you all can see. My first step is to multiply. I'm going to multiply the denominator and I'm going to multiply my denominator by the whole number. That's my very first step, is to multiply my denominator by my whole number. So if I do that, 4, because this is my denominator, and I'm going to also, I'm going to label my parts. So let me go back. I'm going to label my parts so you all can see. This right here is my denominator. Remember, my denominator tells me my total. This right here is my numerator. My numerator tells me the number of parts I'm looking at. It tells me the section or the number of parts I'm looking at. And this right here is my whole number. Give me a second to move this out so it can be clearly visible. Bring it in just a tad. There we go. So I got my whole number, my numerator, and my denominator. And I'm going to move this in too. And move this in. There we go. So now we're ready. So now my first step is to multiply the denominator by the whole number. So I'm going to multiply here. I'm going to multiply here. 4 times 4. And that's going to give me 16. Yes, that's going to give me 16. Actually, I want to move this up. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Let me erase this. So again, I'm going to multiply my denominator, which is 4, times my whole number, which is 4. And it's going to give me 16. Step 1 is complete. Step 2 is add the product to the numerator. To the numerator. Now, some of you are going to say, what's the product? The product is the answer to the multiplication problem. So I'm going to multiply, I'm going to add my answer that I got from step 1 and step 2. I'm going to add those together. So I'm going to add 16 plus my numerator, which is 3. And 16 plus 3 equals 19. So now my numerator is now 19. Over, my denominator will remain the same. And that is step 3. Step 3 is keep the denominator the same. Keep the denominator the same. 3 simple, quick steps. And then I'm going to box my answer. So my answer, 4 3/4 as an improper fraction is 19/4. Yep. That's as simple as it gets. And it's basically the opposite of converting an improper fraction to a mixed number. If I was to divide, I would divide 19 by 4. 4 goes into 19 4 times. 4 times 4 equals 16. 19 minus 16 equals 3. Yes. So let's do another one. And I'm going to try to keep everything on here except, oops, see, I just erased something. I'm gonna erase this. I just erase it all and rewrite it. That's fine. So again, let's do another one. This time I'm gonna change my color. So you got my next mixed number is 7 and 5 6. And I want to convert this into a improper fraction. My first step, step 1, is to multiply the whole number and the the denominator. Denominator. That's my first step. Absolutely first step. So my denominator is, my whole number is 7 times my denominator, which is 6. 7 times 6 is 42. Yes, that's step 1. Step 2 is add the product to the numerator. To the numerator. So if I add my product to my numerator, my product is the answer to the multiplication problem I just did. That's the answer. So I'm going to add 42 to my numerator. 42 plus 5, because 5 is my numerator. And that is going to equal 47. That's going to equal 47. So again, my first step was to multiply my whole number and my denominator, and I did that. 7 times 6 equals 42. My step 2 is to add the product to the numerator. My product is the answer to the multiplication problem, which was 42, and my numerator is 5. So 42 plus 5 equals 47. Step 3 is to keep the denominator the same. Keep the denominator the same. So this 47 from step 2, this 47 in step 2 is now the numerator. This now is my numerator. So my numerator for my original, for now my problem, my new problem is 47. And I'm going to keep my denominator the same, which is 6. So 7 and 5/6 as an improper fraction is 47/6. And that is my final answer. Yep. And we will do one more. So let me go erase. Erase. I'm going to try not to erase everything. I'm going to leave, oops, undo. Oops, undo again. This is very tricky, you all. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Ooh, okay, let's go back. Okay. I'm gonna go back and fill out step 2. Step 2 is to add the product to the numerator. And remember, this answer will be the new numerator. Don't get tricked. That will be the new numerator. Yep. And I'm going to get rid of this. So let's try our last, let's try one more problem. Let's try 2 and 2/8. Converting this mixed number into an improper fraction. My first step is to multiply my whole number and my denominator. My whole number, which is 2, times my denominator, which is 8, equals 16. And I'm actually going to write 16 in a different color. Oops. I'm going to make sure that 16 is in a different color. I'll use orange. 16. Now, step 2 is add the product to the numerator. My product is 16. My numerator is 2, and I'm going to make 2 a different color. 16 plus 2 is 18. 18 now, so now I just did step 2. Then it says this answer will be the new numerator. So let's go down to step 3. I'm going to keep my denominator the same, which is 8. And this says in step 2, this answer will be the new numerator. So that's my new numerator. So my answer is 18/8. 18/8, which is my final answer. Yep. And I will actually do one more just so that I can make sure that everybody is clear because this is a very new concept. Oops, let me go back. I'm trying not to delete the actual words. Oops, sorry again. It's a hard process. Sorry, forgive me. I just rewrite it. Okay, and lastly, cool. So let's start with a new fraction. Let's do 6 and 7/12. 6 and 7/12. And I want to convert this into an improper fraction. Step 1 is multiply multiply the whole number by the denominator. Period. Oops. Period. So my whole number in this case is 6. My denominator is 12. 6 times 12 equals 60. Then it says step 2 is to add the product, which is 60, plus add the numerator. My numerator is 7. 60 plus 7 equals 67. Then it says this will be the new numerator. And I'm going to actually go back and extend, I'm going to go back and extend this. I want to put, for step 3, you're going to be making a new fraction. So I'm gonna erase step 3 actually. And I want to make it a little more clear. Step 3 is make a new fraction and keep the denominator the same. Yes, you're going to make a new fraction using the answer from step 2 and keep the denominator the same. I like that so much better. I like that so much better. You're going to make a new fraction using the answer from step 2 and keep the denominator the same. So my answer for step 2 is 67. 67 is now my new numerator, like it says in step 2. I'm going to keep my denominator the same, which is 12. So my answer is 67 twelfths. And there we go. Awesome. I'm going to clear all of this out. And I'm going to do one more. This is the last one. And I'm not gonna write the steps. I'm just gonna say them. So I'm gonna do 7 and 3/9. My first step is to multiply my whole number in my denominator. So 7 times 9 equals 63. My step 2 is to add the product and the numerator. My product is 63 plus my numerator is 3. 63 plus 3 is 66. 66 is going to be my new numerator. Step 3 is I'm going to make a new fraction using the answer from step 2 and keep my denominator the same. I'm going to keep my 66 as my new numerator. I'm going to keep my denominator the same. My answer is 66/9. My answer is 66/9. And there you go. So now, scholars and parents, I have just demonstrated, I want to say 5 examples of how to convert a mixed number to an improper fraction. Please allow the scholars to rewatch this video multiple times until they understand and able to do their work. I will be posting the last assignment through Class Dojo, which will only be 8 practice problems, just so the students can get familiarized with this new concept. This will also be posted on Class Dojo. And remember, this is also due on Monday, the 20th by 11 o'clock a.m. Parents and scholars, please have a wonderful, safe day. And remember, I know that this is very challenging. This may be overwhelming to some, not enough for others, but we're all are in this together and we will see each other again very, very soon. You all have a great day. See you. Bye.